Greetings, programs. It is I, the OGGM, coming to you on another lovely Wednesday morning here on a small island off the coast of Costa Rica, affectionately referred to as Site B, which doesn't actually exist because I made it up. It's about 8:30 in the morning. It's the, the 12th day in the year of our Lord John Cena 2023 of July. I cannot talk. I need more coffee. Don't get old, kids. The brain is the first thing to go. And after that, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, it's time to take a look at what the products might be, should be, maybe, could be, probably are not on the shelves of your friendly local game store. That is, if you happen to live in a city that has a friendly local game store that actively supports tabletop role-playing games. Unlike me, who lives in a city with 3, soon to be 2, soon to be 4 tabletop role-playing game stores, and is within a 20-minute drive of another 6, none of which actively support tabletop role-playing games. And yet they're planning on having a convention here this weekend in a city that doesn't actively support or have any active tabletop role-playing game support. Gee, you think that's going to be successful? Anyways, I'm not bitter, so let's take a look. Let's get going. Let's dive in. Let's do whatever it is we do every Wednesday. Hey, Kobold Press has decided to re-release something they released before, the Tomb of Beasts. We have both the 2023 version, the 2023 pocket version. I love pocket versions. And the 2023 limited edition version. This is a monster supplement filled with all the Kobold Press beasts that they made in the past. They have, I think, 4 of these now. So this is a reprint of the very first one. So their very first dive into the world of 5e. They have now come full circle with Tales of the Valiant coming out. So they're re-releasing Tomb of the Beast 1, all new, remastered. Plus, I'm sure there's some new stuff in there. And let's face it, things have probably changed. You know, we can't call that anymore because that's turned out to be problematic. Or, now after, 14 years of lore, we've decided that those things actually don't do that anymore. So here's the new revised information on it as it appeared in the very first version of this, but we've remastered it. Right? That totally makes sense. At least they're keeping 5e adjacent monster books alive going forward under the rules of 5e that we all generally agree for the past couple of years that we sort of like if you play 5e, and that they will hopefully be able to continue to do 5e adjacent products like this once 2024 happens and the inevitable doom of 5e. Anyways, it's $59 for the super one, $29 for the pocket size one. Highly recommend the pocket size one. And $79 for the deluxe edition extra special art 32 more pages thing. On the other side of the coin, from Phalite Studios, we have Blood Theater for only $10. This is a soft cover setting supplement about murders and stuff going on in a haunted theater in a town. A simple little 5e adventure from a small company. Cool. Yeah, always support small press. From Sandy Peterson Games, there's a name we haven't heard in a long time. We have the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Cthulhu themed DM screen for $20. It's basically a DM screen with some public domain Cthulhu art and some Cthulhu art that Sandy Peterson had made for his 5e Cthulhu game. So how can this guy have Cthulhu on his thing? There's some other company just announced a Cthulhu project. How that doesn't make sense. How come they can do Cthulhu and this guy can? I told you guys before, Cthulhu's open source. Anybody and their dog can make a Cthulhu product. From Studio 9 Games, for my favorite retro clone, Dungeon Crawl Classics, we have Cathedral of the Undying for $10. It's a level 5 adventure set in a cursed cathedral where horrible Dungeon Crawl Classic gonzo fantasy stuffs. Congratulations if you've got a character up to 5th level in Dungeon Crawl Classic. From Exalted Funeral, we have a ton of new stuff. We have Octo Horror Fest, Elder Orc, What's So Rotten About Zombies Defending an Ancient Temple, and Volume 2 Monsters. So these are a whole bunch of supplements for OSR, OSE, OGL. They are $15 each. Octo Horror Fest is a supplement that covers the horror, terror, and fun of Halloween, including jack-o'-lantern magic. All right, you've got my money right there. Elder Orc is a combat adventure about a dungeon-delving, dark psychedelic set inside an oak tree. Sounds a lot about like my adventure that I wrote that was set inside a giant tree, but mine's only $4. What's So Rotten About Zombies Defending an Ancient Temple? It is a very long name. It's a thing about rotten zombies doing evil gods' biddings and guarding an ancient temples. You play the zombies, though, and the DM plays the adventurers, and the zombies have to do daily zombie things as well as, contemplate their lives as zombies. And maybe, who knows, maybe even outgrow the manipulations of the evil god that created them in the first place. If you've ever seen the movie Warm Bodies, kind of sounds like that. Volume Monster 2 is a book of monsters for OSR, OGL, OSE type games. So if you're looking for a bunch of $15 additions to your favorite OSR third-party OSE, OGL type game, these are cool. Why not? Compact adventure set inside a giant oak tree for $15? Sure. Or you could head over to Big Geek Emporium and get my compact adventure set inside a giant oak tree for only $4. Same thing, way less expensive. Just saying. Catalyst Games has something new for Shadowrun, 6th World 6th Edition. It's called Body Shop. This is a hardcover supplement for $50, all about doing stuff to your body in the world of cyberpunk. So it's got cyberware, bioware, geneware, cutting off your hands and replacing them with a cybernetic hand, and grafting on a tail, and all sorts of other fun bio-sculpting, cyber-sculpting, Shadowrun 6th World 6th Edition setting. Because, yeah, cyberpunk now is sort of like a nostalgia game at this point, isn't it? I mean, mostly everything that they predicted in cyberpunk has come to pass, though we still don't have flying cars. From XIG Games, we have Velvet Generation for $45. Aliens have arrived on Earth, and the Ministry of Music has loomed large to try and control rock. So rock and roll has been outlawed. Aliens have come to Earth, silencing music and art. An organization combined both of, I don't know, Star Children, Velvet Generation, rock and roll versus alien invasion. Sure, no. From Nerdburger Games for $40, we have Code Warriors, where PCs are programs living inside a computer world, and the PCs have to do stuff as the computer world starts to collapse. So, Tron. And Reboot. Who remembers Reboot? Who remembers Tron? Did you know there was a sequel to Tron that nobody ever saw? Apparently there is. Apparently after Tron, they made another Tron. Not that other one we saw a few years ago, but like shortly thereafter, the original Tron came out. They made a sequel. Like it was in the can and everything. And like it never, only a few people ever saw it. It never made, I don't know. I only just found this out a couple days ago, and I'm just like, wait, what? I worked in the theater district. I think I would have known if there was okay, maybe there was. I don't remember. Oh, I don't know. I mean, there was that cartoon, but yeah, anyway. So here's a game based upon a really old idea. Also, I think this is not the first time this game has been released. The name sounds really familiar, and I pretty much said the same thing about it the first time I heard about it, and I'm going to say now. I don't really need an entire game dedicated to a very niche idea. If I wanted to play a Tron role-playing game, a reboot role-playing game, there's plenty of other systems that are already out there that I could do that with. So, yeah, $40 sounds a little pricey. So, Code Warriors, nope. Velvet Generation, nope. Shadowrun Body Shop. At this point in time, I think, yeah, no. Jack-o'-lantern magic, definitely. Dungeon set inside a giant tree. Why spend $15 when you can buy mine for only $4? Dungeon where you play zombies. It's been done. New monsters. Haunted Temple for DCC for $10. I will always say buy DCC stuff because I love DCC. And congratulations if you've got a character high enough in DCC to go through a 5th level adventure. A $10, a $20 DM screen is basically just a normal DM screen with some public domain Cthulhu art on it. Nah. A $10 adventure, sure, support this guy. Small press, putting on an adventure out there. And then the Tomb of Beasts, I kind of say, yeah, just because it would be nice to have a 5e adjacent series of monster books continuing to be made that will not fall under the new 2024 oppression of Wizards of the Coast plans for Dungeons and Dragons in 2024. We are assuming that they are coming out with a monster book of some sort in 2024. We just don't know when, what monsters will be in it, or what it'll be called, but it's on the block for at least the digital version. But the Player's Handbook Digital will be first sometime in 2024. And I'd love to give you more information about that, but I don't know any, because they're still being very mysterious about it to their own detriment. That's it for everything that you might find on the shelves at your friendly local game store, should you be lucky enough to have a friendly local game store that actually carries this crap. But don't take my word for it. Before you run down, call ahead and go, hey, friendly local game store proprietor, do you happen to have this product in stock? And if you don't, can you order it for me? And they will say, wow, of course we do. Who told you to call us? And you'll say, well, it was the OGGM. And they'll say, I have no idea who that is, but he sounds like a righteous dude. And you know what? They're right. I am a righteous dude. I'm such a righteous dude that you should take a moment out of your busy day to click that subscribe button down below so you are never left out of the daily nonsense that I create for the YouTube world to keep you entertained and sane. Help me hit 2,000 subs by the end of the year. Till then, have a great rest of the day. I am the OGGM. See ya.